The unfortunate reality of these economic times is that people are losing their jobs. And while it might not be easy to find work this time of year, there are some things you can do to give yourself an edge on the competition. Lori Karpman is an entrepreneur and lawyer. She's also a management consultant. Well, thank you for coming in all this snow.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, first thing, you should get a CV together if you've lost your job. Get everything organized and put a CV together.
Yeah. Your CV really is your most important selling tool, because what it does is it tells an employer what qualifications you have for the job. And recruiters get hundreds, sometimes thousands of CVs. So what's really important is to draft a cover letter that's very specific and says why you are the right person or the right candidate for the job that you're applying for, because quite often a recruiter will read the cover letter, and if they aren't interested in the cover letter, they'll never look at the CV.
Another thing that I notice, and I've seen people do this, is they'll write a letter that's 3-4 pages long, and then they hand in a CV that's like another 3-4 pages long. People don't have time to go through all this.
No, they don't. Your cover letter really should only be about 3 or 4 paragraphs saying what your past experience is, why is that relevant to the job that you're applying for, and what value you think you have that you can add to the company.
If you don't know how to do it yourself, there must be places to go to get help in this?
Oh yes, there are lots of people that will help you. Most of the recruiters will provide that service. There are other services that will just work on resumes and CVs, so there's lots of help out there.
A lot of people, still think in terms of, well, you go through the classifieds, you see what's out there, but it's gone beyond that, isn't it? That if you're going to be looking for job openings?
It's really gone so far beyond that the classified is, almost sort of the, the least useful place to go, right? There are tremendous amounts of websites that are dedicated to finding jobs, and depending on your industry, for example, the hospitality industry has their own website. So in a lot of the cases, I'll just use, there's Monster and Working.com, and a candidate will go on there. You can post your CV and say what kind of jobs you're interested in, but as well, employers, they will punch in what they're looking for, and if you meet their criteria, then your CV will come up.
Networking's got to be important, though. You got to talk to people. People hear things, right?
Yeah, networking is really important, and the common misconception is that people think that you need to meet the owner of a company or the president or a vice president. You really don't. You really just need to meet somebody who wants to help you. So anybody in an organization can help you out.
Now, obviously, this is not the best time of year to be looking for jobs, especially when you're going into the holidays. In the meantime, there are things you can do. Learn things, do things?
Yeah, the most important thing you can do while you're waiting for a job is to make yourself more marketable. So, you can increase your skill set. Sometimes it's just a question of a computer course or learning a language or, taking some kind of professional development courses. And not only is this good for you in terms of good for finding a job, but it reflects well on your CV to an employer that you're not just sitting idle and that you're actually doing some personal development courses.
Because the bottom line, and I know this sounds like a cliche, but you really are selling yourself, right? It's all about marketing.
Yep, it's all about marketing, and you are your product. So how you present your product is going to be, is going to determine what kind of job you get.
Some very good advice. Thank you so much for coming in today.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure.